Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of Ambition, a Minway in Power. The last time that we had played, we were kind of learning a little bit of the tutorial, as well as kind of getting our footing as a newcomer to Paris. So we went to visit the shop, we learned who Camille was, our I guess maid in waiting, and we're still looking for our fiance Armand. In the process, we found that we had made an enemy by not even attempting to, and we also found that we found that we made a new friend, who was a mourning widow whose husband had died 2.5 years prior, and she seemed like she was quite the friendly person and also quite extravagant. So that is where we're going to pick up. If you have not seen the first episode or part 1, please feel free to do so. Yeah, let's dive right in. You awaken the next morning in a bed that still feels unfamiliar. In the process of waking up, you start to recall the last night's humiliations, and wish that they were merely the product of your fitful dreams. Unable to go back to sleep, you spend some time tossing and turning in bed before finally sitting up. Nothing is going to make last night go away. The only option is deciding what to do next. So the other really cool part about this is in the demo, it basically played up until this point. And now we're in this new chapter. So this is all brand new. I have never seen anything going forward. So I'm actually really excited to see what happens. You feel exhausted, not physically, but in your very soul. Like your fate in Paris has already been decided. And that to remain here would be pointless. It would just be the humiliations of last night, over and over again. However, stronger than that exhaustion is the simmering rage you feel at the outrageousness of your circumstances, at the injustice of your treatment, and at the thought of going back to your tiny village after finally making it here to Paris. So it looks like we've got an exhaustion level 2 now, so we have a -10 credibility penalty at our next party or rendezvous, and we only have 10 credibility. So at our next party or rendezvous, we will have nothing. No, you must not go back. You cannot go back. Not while a single candle of your ambition still burns. Camille pops into your room, already dressed and ready for the day. Bonjour, madame, she beams. It looks like you had quite an active night. Is there anything I can get you? Please find a spare pillow and smother me. I'm not sure. Do you know how to make a murder look like an accident? Sigh, some kind of refreshment. I kind of like the find a pillow and smother me one. It's just so dramatic. I'm sorry, madame. The other cushions are waiting to be washed. We can't have you end your life with a dirty pillow. It would be improper for a woman of your station. Oh, okay. While you wait, I must insist on getting you something to drink. Going without wouldn't be healthy. What can I get you, madame? Tea, please. I need to keep my wits about me if I'm going to regain people's trust. I'll have some wine. Numbing the memory of last night will make me less anxious. No, tea. It's always tea. It's tea time. Oh. Oh. Camille returns so quickly with the tea that you're certain she made it ahead of time. It's piping hot, fragrant, and not too bitter. You drink the brew in silence, the gears of your mind slowly getting up to speed. The tiredness fades, and your anger does not. Oh, we got some credibility for that. Okay. You take a few moments to finish your drink in silence and collect your thoughts. Something that keeps coming to mind is all the gossip you've heard during your time at the party. Most of it was idle prattle, but some of it felt scandalous and valuable. Without an inheritance or a job, you'll need some way to make money. Maybe someone would be willing to buy this gossip. Is that a thing people do? Ugh, it's just like Bridgerton. Camille taps her chin thoughtfully. Well, when I was at Les Halls the other day, someone mentioned something about a newspaper with these amazing society pages. I think it was called La Trompette du Peuple. Oh, it's now a place to visit. La Trompette. They'd have to get their stories from somewhere. Why not you? In fact, I bet you'd be great at that, madame. Merci, Camille. I think I'll do just that. I've gone from Baroness to be to gossip monger. Great. Just great. With that, your day begins. Okay. So we're on the 23rd of March now. Wow. We can just keep going. And going and going. We don't have much money. We've got a little bit of credibility. Still exists. So there's no point in going to the costume shop, or the clother. So let's go to La Trompette. La Trompette. A popular, if unscrupulous newspaper. Spend the day here to sell gossip, manipulate public opinion, and update your knowledge of the political factions in Paris. Okay. You walk through the city, following Camille's directions. Eventually, you find yourself threading through narrower and narrower streets. The alleys, packed with refuse and the occasional vagrant napping in the shade, feel almost oppressive in their closeness. Suddenly, the alleys open up into a wider street near a square. You can hear the splashing of a fountain nearby. You finally find the sign for La Trompette du Peuple. The paint appears to be fresh, but the office seems awfully small. The door is locked, so you give it a knock. Nobody answers. Looking around, you find a hastily written note lodged in the doorframe. It reads, "Office temporarily closed. Engaging in emergency fundraising efforts. We apologize for the inconvenience. Management. P.S. Fear not this setback. The light of journalism shall never fade." It's at that moment you realize the splashing in the fountain is getting louder, accompanied by some of the most inventive profanity you've ever heard. Against your better judgment, you decide to investigate. "Aha!" a reedy voice shouts triumphantly. You come upon a man in grubby finery up to his knees in the fountain. His shoes have carefully been placed at the water's edge. He does a little jig as he drops a wet coin into his snuff box, which is clutched tightly in his other hand. Noticing your presence, the man in the fountain turns to you with a nod and a smile that attempts to be ingratiating. "Bonjour, madame. Are you Pierre, the esteemed editor of La Trompette? Or are you serious? This is your emergency fundraising?" Let's ask if he's Pierre. Oh wait, it says that he's... His smile broadens, and the man bows, his manner suddenly as elegant as the finest courtiers of Versailles. "Why, in fact I am, bonne dame. My name is Pierre Renaudot. How may I be of service?" I have some valuable social information for sale, no tutorial, or if I wanted to sell some gossip, how would that work? Let's do the tutorial because I've never done this part before. A devious smile crosses his face. "New to this, are you? Don't worry, it's much easier than you think." Because yeah, we got some revolution gossip and we have some church gossip. So this list shows all the pieces of gossip that you have at the moment. Click on one of them. Let's do the church gossip because that was a little juicy. So the gossip's value is determined by its tier and its freshness, but it also has an effect. If you peddle influence, I'll take the gossip for free, but you can use that effect to change the standing of a faction. However, right now you need money, so click on the sell gossip button. Okay. So we can use the gossip to, yeah, like alter the viewpoint of the faction. Wow. This can get really devious. Cheap church gossip. A bishop has called for the censorship of an opera critical of the church. The king has signaled his assent, but has taken weeks to make a pronouncement. Is the king taking the request seriously or ignoring it? So it's fresh. It's not even like relevant. It is the freshest tea. The tea is exceptionally good today. And then the effect would be sway the allegiance of the church towards the crown or the revolution by a small amount. Okay, so let's sell it. The value is 30, I think. 30 lyres. Like French, or lirs. I don't know how to say that word. You can let me know in the comments below. Sell gossip. So are you sure you'd like to sell this cheap church gossip for 30? If you do this, there should be no chance of the public finding out. Let's look at what the other one is worth. Oh, you can't. Okay. Well, I guess I'm selling the church one then. Okay. When you're ready, click here to leave. You can always come back at a later time. Click anywhere to continue. Okay. So this one's also fresh. And it's also worth 30. A book salesman was recently arrested for printing profane criticism of the royal family. Is it punishment for vulgar slander or repression of necessary criticism? You can increase or decrease the power of the revolution by a small amount. Okay, interesting. Shall I hold on to this or should I sell it? Or should I peddle the influence? Let's sell it because we want to get some money. If you do this, there should be a 1 in 20 chance of the public finding out. Ooh, okay. A pretty low chance, but all right. So that was the whole day. We spent the whole day doing one thing. And then we just go to bed. We see this man in a fountain. We sell him the gossip. He gives us some money, in which it's funny that he was even purchasing the gossip because he was looking for fundraising. So yeah. Anyways, you wake up the next morning to a polite knock on your bedroom's doorframe. Camille enters carrying a small armload of letters. Madame, Camille starts, both confused and hesitant. There's a lot of letters for you here. Are they for me or are they for Armand? Let's ask. They're for you, madame. Every single one, Camille beams. Are these party invitations? Why would anyone invite me to a party? Oh great, more chances to be humiliated by someone I don't even know. Let's try and be positive. Well, madame, you're a little famous right now. Camille replies. Everyone's heard about your run-in with that dreadful party host a few days ago. How they preyed upon your honor and spirited away your carriage driver, leaving you trapped and alone. You don't think that's exactly how it happened, but decide against fretting over the details. Camille starts to talk faster and faster. Then, when all was lost, you were saved by a beautiful stranger who escorted you home in the moonlit night. It's so romantic, no? Oh, the rumors are already running rampant. Why, just in the market the other day, I heard someone say that you've taken a liking to... Camille stops, stares into space and blushes. Actually, never mind that. Never mind what? Yes, let us never mind that. Never mind it again. I don't want them to think that I'm falling in love with somebody because I took a carriage ride home with a widowing lady. I mean, she was kind and quite extravagant, but... you know. I haven't met all the dateable options. I don't want to throw all my eggs into one basket, you know? It's just rumors from the marketplace, madam. Nothing you should dignify. In any case, this is your chance to meet people in the city who don't hate you, or Monsieur Armand. I've received many party invitations. You can now receive party invitations from all over Paris. In fact, I'm sure that anyone who really judges you fairly is going to love you. Merci, Camille. I really hope that's true, or that's all well and good, but how does any of this work? I don't know what this tutorial is about, so let's look at it. Don't worry, madame. It's quite simple. Okay, so you've just been invited to several parties. Camille will show you the new invitations as you receive them. Choose accept or decline to decide which parties you'll attend, or choose close to skip and choose later. Parties take up your whole day, but you can find gossip and advance certain stories there. Okay. So attending this party will give you a level of exhaustion. I've already got an exhaustion level of 2, so that's not really great. This is on the 26th, and today is the 24th, so that's in 2 days. Monsieur Marriott requests the attendance of Madame Yvette Dessau to his choir recital on the 26th of March, 1789. This intimate party is sure to be the very height of cheerful gaiety. So attending it will give us a level of exhaustion. Accepting today will reward us 5 credibility. Ignoring this invitation will cost you 5 credibility. And you will receive church gossip. Well, if I go up another level of exhaustion, unless my exhaustion level goes down tomorrow, let's accept it. Why not? But when's the next one? Oh, 3 days later for a wine tasting. So these are the events. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 invitations today. So let's accept it. Close that one. Madame Réveillon requests the attendance of Madame Yvette Dessau to her wine tasting on the 29th of March, 1789. This intimate party is sure to be the very height of merry merriment. Bourgeoisie gossip? Ooh, the birds work for the bourgeoisie. Sure, I'll accept it. Why not? This is going to be very difficult for me. I'm going to want to accept all these invitations. Oh, and these two are on the same day, so I have to choose. So, the Duc d'Arcou, I guess, requests the attendance of the fascinating Madame Yvette Dessau to his opera gala on the 3rd of April, 1789. This intimate party is sure to be a most spectacular display of generous amusement. And this one will get crown gossip, whereas this one is Madame Bailey requests the attendance of the infamous Madame Yvette Dessau to her poetry salon. To the salon on the 3rd of April, 1789. This intimate party is sure to be the purest form of effervescent celebration. Not sure. So, revolution gossip or crown gossip? I think we want crown gossip. Credibility up and credibility down, so neutral credibility. And then Monsieur de Launay requests the attendance of Madame Yvette Dessau to his military ball. So we have to go to that one. It's a military ball. It's a ball, like we have to go. We're gonna go. There we go. You can select any invitation on the calendar to see more details about it. Deciding to attend a party the same day that you receive an invitation gives you a small bonus to credibility. So this one is a church one, I think. So we want to wear something that's like church, like music to your ears, a fabric shortage, Les Grandes Danseuses du Roi. So this is the, I think it's like King's Great Dancers or something. Rumor Mongers. So these are all incidents. There's a park that I can go to. I don't have any gossip to sell. And there's the shop. So let's see here. Let's go to the fabric shortage. Oh wait, let's see here. Due to a recent fabric shortage, it appears that a certain dressmaker you know might be in need of a favor that requires a little guile. So you can get minus 10 credibility to plus 10 credibility. I think that's how that works. And you can lose 100 or gain 100 lyre. Well, I don't have 100 lyre to lose. I don't want to go into debt. So what else is there? It appears that you're not the only person hunting for gossip in Paris. However, if you're quick enough, you might be able to snatch some choice morsels from your competition. So there's cheap bourgeoisie gossip, minus 10 to 0 credibility, shocking military gossip, shocking bourgeoisie gossip, and I can actually increase my peril. So the peril is the danger of you, like, basically getting killed or put in prison. Music to your ears. Down by the water, you come across an unusual man of many talents, a chance conversation that may hold the power to subtly alter the future. Okay. Created by the infamous libertine Louis-Philippe d'Orléans, this rendezvous location is a bustling garden filled with strange, adventurous, and exotic attractions. This one. The Grand Danseurs, the premier theater in Paris, Les Grands Danseurs du Roi, is a rendezvous location known for its comedies, which tend to be coarse and proletarian, but always lively and never boring. Okay. Let's take a look at oh, I'm so torn. I don't know which I want to go to. I think I want to go to the rumor mongers. I want to see if I can get some more gossip here. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't get any peril, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's live life on the edge a little bit. During one of your explorations of the city, you find yourself in a fountain square. Groups of people are clustered together, locked in the kind of deep yet carefree conversations that make you wonder what exactly these people do all day. You wonder to yourself if any of these idle malingerers have jobs, until you remember that you too share a similar ill-earned but decadent lifestyle. Still, you have mountains of extenuating circumstances that have brought you to this point. What are their excuses? Have they no shame? My goodness, don't be so judgmental. You break from your increasingly venomous internal accusations when you hear a familiar name mentioned by someone nearby. I take it you used to work for Pierre Renaudot as well. Oh, these are the two guys from the tavern. Ugh, yes. I used to sell gossip to that self-important drunk. After all, he used to be the only game in town. Frankly, I'm glad to be free of that slimy weasel. Ooh. You would, of course, rush to Pierre's defense if all those vile accusations weren't true. Weren't so true. Now I sell what I find to far more reputable clientele. Oh, anything juicy lately? The younger man leans in. I myself heard the most fascinating things about a certain general in the military. The older man puts out his hand for the other one to stop. What are you doing? Why exactly would I share anything I've learned with you? We're competitors in this business. His new compatriot chuckles. Are we? All we have to do is share our gossip between ourselves, then sell it all to different newspapers on the same day. We each make twice the money. Well, I suppose that does make sense. I did learn something shocking about a prominent lawyer today. They lean in and start whispering to each other. Their voices are too low for you to hear from here. So I'm at 35 credibility right now. So I can approach the older one later to learn some bourgeoisie gossip. Or I can approach the younger one later and learn some military gossip. Or I can get closer and listen to them both. But it will increase my peril because it's dangerous for me to just, eavesdrop. My VTube went a little crazy there. Let's do some bourgeoisie gossip. Once he finishes up and separates from his companion, you approach the old gossip catcher and offer him a similar exchange to the one he performed with his young compatriot. An exchange he seems very amiable to. The two of you compare notes and you walk away with some interesting gossip about the bourgeoisie. He walks away with a complete fabrication. You have acquired some cheap bourgeoisie gossip. Barely concealing a contemptuous smile, you slink home to jot down some valuable notes. A successful day, all in all. So I wonder if I had increased my peril, if I would have gotten like the shocking gossip. Damn it. 25th of March. The next morning, you wake up from a long night's rest feeling pretty much the same as you did last night. Now that you think about it, you've been feeling tired since that terrible party a few nights ago. Yeah, like why can't I get rid of this? Camille enters the room carrying some breakfast. Bonjour, madame. You look unwell. Nicely spotted, Camille. I also feel unwell. Nonsense, I feel fine. It's a little rude to just say it out loud, but you're right. Let's do nicely spotted. Well, don't worry. This sort of thing used to happen to Monsieur Armand all the time. He would attend all these parties and then forget that sometimes he needed to rest. Armand was always the sort of person who'd burn the candle at both ends. In fact, you were both often guilty of this, which is one of the reasons the two of you got along so well together. The more parties he attended, the more exhausted he was, which made things harder and harder for him. Remember, madame, instead of spending the day outside, you can always rest at home for a day to recover your strength. There's nothing wrong with taking a break every now and then. Oh, okay. Do you think you'll be staying in tonight? Yeah, I think we're going to do that to help us lower our exhaustion level. Oh, but wait. Don't we need an outfit? Oh, shoot. We might need an outfit. I think I might have to take a hit of the credibility so that I actually have like something to wear. Shoot, I didn't think about that. I should have, instead of getting the rumors, I should have gone to the dressmaker. Okay. Well, I don't like that they're like forcing me to make this option, but I might do just that. Oh, oui, oui, madame. Okay, so if I go to explore Paris, then I can either, there's so many things. I can click home. The Maid and the Archer. Spend your day here and buy and sell wardrobe items. Let's do it. We need something to wear. We need something to wear for the church. So the party is being held by the church. They like provincial dresses. Sometimes they like Caraco ensemble and humble Caracos and skirts. This one's only 82. That provincial dress is 138. Oh my goodness. This one's a +1 for the crown. I don't know what the difference is, but we're gonna purchase it. So I have my provincial one here, which is plus for the military. I've got this one. And then I've also got this one. Okay. So we're gonna leave the shop. And that was our day. That's it. It's very simple. And now it's... oh, it's party day. We have to go to the party. I'm exhausted, so I'll get 10 credits. I can rest after. So we're gonna go in this one. Look how pretty we look. Very nice. Just, you know, very nice. We're gonna go to the party. As your carriage nears the party, you consider taking one last moment to assess your preparations. Let's assess our preparation. You check a tiny mirror you keep in the carriage to see that you're wearing your humble caraco and skirt to a party being held by the church. The guests approve of your outfit and your credibility has increased. Ooh, we're at 43 now. With preparations like this, tonight should be a largely positive affair. Excellent. You step down out of your carriage and hear the ripple of whispers that signal your arrival to any social event these days. There's a small line in the vestibule, as guests are waiting to get in. While you're standing in this line, you manage to overhear an interesting rumor. You make a mental note of it, just in case. Ooh, cheap church gossip, thank you. Unfortunately, you can feel the exhaustion set in as soon as you look past the door towards the enormous crowd of party guests. Tonight is going to be a long night. Credibility down. That's okay though, I'm still at 33, so that's good. A servant checks your invitation, and everything seems to be in order. Nod to her and enter the party. Please take this gift of wine along with my compliments to our host. I'm not going to give wine right now. She curtsies to you as you pass her by, and you enter the party. Now, let the games begin. Okay, so we've got... Oh, it's literally being held at a church. Okay, so there's a few people here to talk to. I think this is the front of the church. Okay. So let's talk to you, and you only get 2 turns at this point. Let's talk to, I don't know who this lady is over here, so let's... Potential rewards are shocking church gossip, cheap church gossip, outrageous church gossip. And I can gain credibility and peril. So they're all kind of the same. You all get like kind of the same. That one's 15 peril. Oh, this one I can get money. A chambermaid has been charged with returning a lost pouch of coins. Perhaps you can assist her with such an endeavor. My goodness. I'm not gonna turn into a thief. Yeah, let's go to this one. Colleague in journalism. You approach a woman who's been eyeing the other guests in a particular familiar way. In fact, it's the exact same way you look at guests at these functions. She looks up at you. Yvette Dussault, I take it? She asks, sipping on a glass of wine. Her name is Anne de Quasmare. Or Quasmare. A fine assessment. Who are you and what are you doing here? How do you know my name? I'll just say a fine assessment. Ah, I thought so. You seem to match all the rumors I've heard. My name is Anne de Quasmare. We're both acquainted with Pierre Renaudot. Funny little man, isn't he? I used to work for him as a rumor monger a long time before his boss passed away and bequeathed him the newspaper. Oh, okay. Of course, since then I've moved on to greener pastures. How's Pierre doing, by the way? Does he still gamble like a madman? Oh no, he doesn't even drink anymore. I hear the Pope might have him canonized. Why did you stop working with Pierre in the first place? I'm not sure. Is that what he does when he sobers up? Well, when the Crown finally put a halt to royal censorship, newspapers started cropping up everywhere. Suddenly it became clear that Pierre was only a big fish because he'd been swimming in a little pond. For all of his failings, Pierre has his principles, and I admire that. However, you've seen his operation. The man is barely holding it together, and I couldn't trust my living on someone like that. By the way, I'm not certain what you're doing here tonight, but I'm here to interview the Comte du Boulainvilliers. I mean, he doesn't know it's an interview, but that's not important. Simply put, I'm here to find something interesting related to the church. Can I trust you to stay out of my way? Ooh, look at this. You're saying he has something worth writing about? Thanks for the tip. What say you and I interview him together? Together we'll cover every angle. Interview him together? I think not. I would have been a complete fool to let you take this prize away from me before I've even started. She replies, calm and cold. Oof, look at that credibility hit. I will be going about my business now. Do not dare try to follow me, she hisses to you in a tone that even you find quite forbidding. Anne leaves you and you're left trying to figure out what you'll do for the rest of the party. You certainly won't be following her anytime soon. No, won't I? Oh, who's this person? And who's this person? A lovesick priest. You come across a priest, off in a corner, hiding from the other guests. He seems bookish and shy, but also quite sweet. Something about him feels like it bears further investigation. 0 to 2 Ludovico favor. An author of intrigues. You are approached by a woman who is playing a most unusual game with the host. This strange game must be conducted in secret, but also uniquely suited to your sorts of talents. Two men have sequestered themselves in a chapel to discuss a set of rumors so dire that they fear speak them aloud. While together they are resolute, they may prove easy to tempt when separated. Oh, okay. Let's go to that one. You notice two men sequestered off to the side in a chapel, speaking in low tones while their eyes glance furtively about. The sight alone is enough to draw you towards it, like a devout pilgrim towards a holy place. Indeed, I've heard some rather fascinating things amongst the priests that I know, but even now, I fear that the wrong person might overhear it. We're two of a kind then. Some of my friends have remained in the military, and they have got a lot to say about the sorry state of affairs there. I can barely keep such things to myself, but the risks are too great. I'm simply too close to the story, and the consequences for indiscretion could be dire indeed. I suppose we have nothing to discuss then. Even at this distance, you can see these men are so overflowing with desire to spill their respective secrets that it would be a trivial task to get them to speak. However, if they're to be believed, you'll certainly anger the members of whatever group that you take their gossip from. They're starting to walk away from each other. Who do you follow? I want rumors connected to the church, so I'll follow that particularly pious person. The younger one seems to know something with the military. I could use that. I'm not risking my status with the military or the church. Well, I will risk my status with the church. As they part ways, you follow the older man at a distance. You catch up to him in a different part of the party, far from his erstwhile companion. Ah, bonjour, madame, he says in a polite bow of his head. How may I help you? Your efforts to pry the secrets from this man are so easy that you almost have to stop yourself from laughing. You have what you want from him in short order. Cheap church gossip. Of course, there are obvious consequences for dealing with a man who clearly can't keep a secret. It won't be long before everyone in the church knows that you sought out rumors about them. I have lost a little favor with Ludovico. The conversation that follows afterwards is decent, if nothing else. This is especially good because you'll have to keep talking with him for some time. This dance has a particular rhythm, and one can't leave too early, lest they risk arousing further suspicion. However, the moment you spot a polite opening in the conversation, you manage to break away. All things considered, that certainly feels like a success. Oh, I wanted shocking. gossip. So, at the choir recital, the only thing I don't like is, like, I get that we're going to the party and stuff, but there should have been, like, a choir recital or something, like, added into the game. That would have been nice. Like, it doesn't have to be huge, but just, like, we're going to this party for this reason, so it would have been nice to have, like, either some artwork or even add in, like, some choir singing or something. You know, that makes it seem like it's connected. So we lost some novelty because it was our outfit, which is fine. So we got some cheap church gossip. A bishop has called for the censorship of an opera critical of the church. Okay. Lost some credibility, and we lost one favor of Ludovico, whoever that is. Okay, and it's the next day. So I think on this day, what we're gonna do is we are going to rest, and then we'll... Oh, see, this is the thing. This is how they get you. Because now our exhaustion's 3, so we have minus 15. So really, we only have 3 credibility. And this is bourgeoisie. So, I think I'm gonna take a rest day. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do the next day. Oh, there's a cafe here. Coffee house frequented by philosophers. So you lose 3 lira or 0 by not buying anything. So we'll just leave it. Yeah, we're gonna take a home day to see if we can knock down one of these exhaustion things. Spending a day, this will remove all levels. Oh, it's not just... Okay, so it removes all levels of exhaustion. Okay. You decide to take the day off and spend some time at home, resting and recuperating. After spending the day in, taking care of yourself and doing some light reading, you finally feel recharged. The exhaustion that had been affecting you before has passed. You no longer have any levels of exhaustion. With that complete, you turn your focus upon the other matters that demand your attention. Okay, so there we go. So we got rid of our exhaustion levels. The next morning, you find a letter on your nightstand. Camille must have brought it in while you were still asleep. It's sealed with a rich purple seal wax, bearing the initials HG. Opening it up, you find a letter written from Honorade. Written in flowing cursive. It might be your imagination, but you think you can smell the slightest hint of perfume on the letter. She's smitten with us. Chère Yvette, it was truly a pleasure to have your company in the ride home from that otherwise dreary party. Still, I see that the thought that our host was allowed to ridicule you, in front of all of those people no less, such a thing not to go unpunished. This is why I've been digging in some rather dark corners of the city. I have some information that you will find quite interesting. Honoré goes on to describe a particular fountain deep in the city. She'd like to meet with you in secret, as she's worried about someone intercepting the letter. Is your enemy really that powerful? Honorade's lead is now available to visit in the Paris map. Ooh. Please meet me there as soon as you can, and I'll share what I've learned. Bien affectueusement, Honorade. Using your map, it doesn't take long to figure out where this particular fountain is. In fact, you could visit it today if you like. Oh, should we? I don't know what we have in terms of, like, outfits to wear. Oh, we have no money either, so it doesn't even matter. So we should go to Honorade's lead. Oh. The Royal Palace. A great square where the rich and powerful socialize. Here you'll spend the day trawling for gossip. I love that there's just like no shame. You're just like, yep, you are now a rumor monger. This is your job now. Not everyone visiting Paris has the wry subtlety that you've grown used to. Some are far more blunt. However, that's not always a bad thing. Oh, there's no peril here, but you will lose some credibility, or you can gain some as well. And this is all just shocking gossip. Oof. I think I'm going to do the honorade's lead, though. I think. Madame Gazel has invited you to meet her here so that you may discuss what she's learned while researching your hated foe, Baron Maximin de Termes. Let's go. Let's figure it out. You leave the house earlier than usual that morning, uncertain of how long it will take you to walk to the fountain that Honorade mentioned in her letter to you. Given that you're still new to skullduggery, you decided to dress in darker clothes and stuck to comfortable walking shoes. Surprisingly enough, you managed to find the fountain without getting turned around. It seems like a perfect place for a meeting like this. There's just enough people wandering around that you don't draw attention, but also few enough that you'll be able to find somewhere secluded to talk. Looking around, you can't spot Honorade anywhere, so you decide to take a seat at the edge of a fountain. Or of the fountain, sorry. It makes sense to be visible enough that she'll be able to find you without any flashy waving or signaling. You get comfortable, smooth out your skirts, and pause for a moment to reflect on the decisions that led you to a point in your life where you're having secret rendezvous with a glamorous widow to learn the secrets of your most hated enemies. If anything, they must have been some good decisions. After only a few minutes of waiting by the fountain, Honorade's carriage pulls up and René, Honorade's trusted coachman, steps down off of his box to open the door for her. It's the middle of the day, but the inside of the luxuriously decorated carriage is still shrouded in gloom. Honorade steps down from the carriage. Bonjour, Yvette. I hope you haven't been waiting long. Drinking water from her wine glass, and in the same mourning dress she was in before. Please step inside. I would rather not share this information while in public. Merci, Honorade. Je t'en prie, she replies before offering her hand and helping you into the carriage. You've gained a little favor. Excellent. As with before, it takes a few moments for your eyes to adjust to the oppressive gloom within. Madame Gazel follows you inside and takes up her normal seat across from you. With a silent signal to René, the carriage takes off. She sips at her glass of water and spends a few moments simply looking you over. You're not really sure what she's looking for. After a while, she seems satisfied and continues. Since you're here, I'll assume that you read my letter, obviously. It's possible that you're more forgiving than myself, but the thought of what happened to you that night still makes me livid. Starting off, I barely knew anything about Maximin, but the more I started learning about him, the less I liked. Knowing what I know now, it doesn't surprise me that he would be so absolutely vile to you. While I have nothing against the revolutionary nationalists per se, I often get the feeling that denouncing those with less informed or extreme views is their preferred way of accruing political currency. Honorade pauses to stare at the window for a moment. I prefer money. It seems less cruel. Speaking of cruelty, I started looking into Maximin's household. If you want to learn something about someone, see how they treat those closest to them. That's when I discovered that Maximin's estate hires and fires servants at a prodigious rate. She pauses to reach into the pockets of her dress and hands you a list of names, presumably of the aforementioned servants. Most of those that left his service were quite vocal about their reasons for leaving, usually citing things like long hours, skipped wages, and other issues. However, I noticed there was one servant who left completely silently. I wouldn't have given it a second thought if all the others weren't so loud. I think that's supposed to say thought, and they just missed that T. A servant left Maximin's service, but keeps their reasons a secret. If that presumptuous rodent has a weakness, then this is it. I think you're right. What now? You're enjoying this, aren't you? I think you're right. What now? Now? Now you pursue this lead, hatch a plan, and get your revenge. What that requires is really up to you. I'm more than happy to provide you with information, but I think you'll be better served if you handle the rest yourself. Keep in mind that, if you were going to bring about his ruin, the best time to do so would be on April 24th, the night of his much advertised Grand Salon. Madame Gazel chuckles to herself at the thought. This is Maximin we're talking about, so while there'll be a lot of art, he'll be making every effort to keep all of the attention on himself. This means that any damaging revelations that you happen to bring to light will be impossible to ignore. Of course, to do this, you'll need to find both evidence and an invitation to the salon itself. Of course, you could always just give up, but I don't think that sort of thing suits you. Madame Gazel signals to Renee, and the carriage begins to roll to a stop. Pulling back the curtains for a moment, you realize that you're already outside your home. While we must unfortunately part ways, Honorade says as Renee opens the door, I wish you the best of luck in your quest for vengeance. She helps you down from the carriage, and with a crack of Renee's whip, her carriage departs and winds its way into the city. You must stop to think about this new information. A mystery servant who left Maximin's employment suddenly and under murky circumstances. It seems fruitful, but you'll have to dig deeper first. So it's now we can see the lead in the map. With that, you begin to plan your next move against your sworn enemy. If you're going to bring Maximin to ruin, you'll have to be ready by April 24th. And that brings us to the 29th of March. So we're actually going to cut it here. This has been part 2. I think I'm going to be doing it about an hour long for each part. I don't know how much goes on. I don't know how long the game is and that kind of thing, but I kind of like this game quite a bit. I like the intrigue. I like the writing. It's really nice. And I like all the options, so it's going to be difficult for me to figure out what I want to do because I want to do everything. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna organize my time properly. So yeah, so it was, I think we did a lot of stuff today. We got through a couple tutorials. We found out some new information. We've got a party to attend in a day or two, so we got to get our credibility up. We have to sell some gossip. So there's lots of things that we're going to do. Is there anything in particular that you guys would like to see? Please comment it into the description below. If you liked the video, please like it. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Bastian and I are pretty new to our YouTube life. So yeah, other than that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next part of Ambition, a Minway in Power. Take care. Bye-bye.